Good evening, guys. It's yet another Wednesday, and today I know mnaweza ona tumebadilisha mandhari. Yes, the usual set has changed, and that is because today we are bringing you this live broadcast from Top King Service Center. Top King Service Center is along Kiambu Road. Yes, hapa karibia tu kufika Thindigwa. Yeah, so we are having this live session courtesy of them. And guess what? On our first live session, we are actually going to do it from this place. However, bado tuko na the usual content, and today being the end of the month, it's all about the Q&A. We are going to answer all your car-related questions. But before we start, you know how we do. Talk to us, tuambie where you are watching us from, na utume salamu. And before we even read out the salamus, tumekuwa Uganda. Last week we were in Uganda, and trust me, the experience was just amazing. And special thanks to a very interesting gentleman who is called Karota Uganda. Karota last week told us his full names. Siwezi kumbuka vizuri, but let's just refer to him as Karota. So yeah, Uganda was a beautiful experience, very hospitable people, very good food, and also we have an episode lined up for you, basically our trip to Uganda and even their car taxation system, which is very, very, very interesting. We already dropped a snippet of the video, and it is up on our YouTube channel. You can check it out. Now, hatuwezi anza show kama hatujaenda through the salamus, and let me start with the salamus. We have Karota Uganda is tuned in from Kampala, Uganda. We have Harmless Level Kawaida, asante sana Harmless. Collins Togoch from Syokimau is also here with us. And Collins is a long-time fan of Konnekt Live. We also have Karota Uganda is saying, welcome back from Uganda. Yes, Uganda was simply amazing. It was a beautiful experience. John Dana is watching from Runda. We have Eric Kangede Amasema. Eric umesalimiwa na Eric wa Karib. Asante sana. I hope the Karib is serving you very well. Vincent Motian. Oh, hii jina nilikuwa nimeisoma vibaya with a very strange profession. Yes, but asante sana Vincent Motian. We have Crypto Forex Geek. Are we still in Uganda? No, we are not. Vince Brian anasema finally back. Morioki Marige sema welcome back bwana CK. Crypto Forex Geek from Bugolobi, Kampala, Uganda. Asante sana. Alex Juguna is watching from Kenyatta Road. Karibu sana bwana Alex. Salamu ziko wapi? Naona pale Winfred Wangari anasema ako locked in. So as guys continue streaming in, I would like to maybe play something. You know, one thing about where we were, Kampala, Uganda, is that the city has an interesting population. And the significant bit of that population is the boda riders. Now, we had some few questions from our guys here in Kenya asking, how are you able to drive through that boda traffic? So this video is something that happened right in front of our eyes. Take it away, Andy.
Imekaptaliwa na
Okay, guys, so that's the usual scene, what you would come about in Kampala. So boda guys are riding, alafu wanapatana right in front of the vehicle's nose. That is the point they decide that they are going to collide. Well, Kampala is an interesting city. That was just at least a teaser to show you the experience in that city, the Pearl of Africa. They call it Hill of the Impala. So let's continue with these salamus. We have Motwiri is saying, welcome back. Bwana CK tuned in from Umoja. Ivan Wambogo is tuned in from Kamakis. Calvin Queens anasema ako area kama potholes za Kanairo. Na zimekuwa mingi. Josh Homan is glad to be here. And he's saying congratulations on your recent expansion into Uganda. And then we have Dennis M, who is saying he's watching us from Kahawa Sukari. Karibu sana, Dennis. And without further ado, we would like to officially set the stage open for the usual Konnekt Live Q&A. Wapi hizo maswali tuzichambue. And before we even go there, I have 10 service vouchers from Top King. Actually, today we are giving 5. 5 zitapeanwa hii on this live. So if you want to get that service voucher, I'm going to answer a question, and the person who will answer third is going to receive a service voucher from Top King Service Center. Now, also from Top King, there is that 360 touchless car wash. Si maneno ya kuosha gari na gunia. Hapana, hiyo maneno imeisha. So unakuja hapa inaoshwa 360 bila kuguzaguzwa. So let's see, who else? Dennis, no, tulikuwa kwa Poolmaster from Utawala, Peter Odida from Nyamira, Joe Mathenge is saying welcome back. Joe Mathenge is from Gilgil. Antis Mwads kama kawaida is here, and Maxwell O is watching from Ngong. Now, Poolmaster is asking a very interesting question. How is a Nissan Wingroad Y11 2004? Now, Wingroads are not known to be very reliable, to be honest, but the Y11s were workhorses. And the good thing about Y11s is that they were, they were quite reliable. They came with a 4-speed automatic transmission. And the other thing is that they are very affordable. For a simpler term, these Y11s are also very cheap, and they rarely break down. Parts of Y11 they are surprisingly affordable. Now, the only thing you have to do with the Y11 is that you must keep on changing the bushes, you must keep on changing the suspension components, especially if you are working with it huko kwa mashambani, in rural areas. That is, so if you're looking for an affordable workhorse, because the Toyota Pro Boxes that we have around, especially from the year 2004, hizo ma-KBU, ma-KBV, they are not that cheap, number one, and most of the times utapata hizo gari zimetumika vibaya. So the Y11 was actually a very good workhorse. So if you have some 350,000, you can get a Y11, and it will serve you diligently once you take care of, the suspension at the front. It should not be a very big menace. Ivan Wambogo anasema hiyo leo lazima inipate. We have Vince Bryan. Vince Bryan is asking, with around 70k, which family car can I comfortably maintain? 1500cc, 1800cc, either 5 or 7-seater. So Vince Bryan, if you're taking home 70,000, there are some things also we have to consider. Number one, how much do you spend on your family? Because you might be taking home 70,000, but what you have as extra when when it comes to maintaining the car, unakuwa umebaki na labda 15k ama 5k. But let's talk about the cost-friendly cars to own, especially if you're looking for a 5-seater. Go for the Toyota 110s. You can go for the Nissan Sunny B13s, and not B13s, B14s. B14s are really awesome. B15s as well. You can go for a Nissan Tida. It's fairly affordable to maintain, and it does not dent your pocket when it comes to fuel economy. So there are several, and I can give you at least 5. So one is a Toyota 100, second Toyota Corolla 91. You can also go for a Toyota Corolla 110. You can go for Nissan Sunny B13, B14, or B15. So those at least are some good options that you can start from. The other more modern option would be the Nissan Tida, especially the 2009 ones there. If you get them at an affordable price, these are cars that you can easily keep on the road, and it will serve you diligently, both you and your family plus your errands. Tuendelee. We have Karota Uganda is saying, sending my greetings to Tom and the guys behind the cameras. Mesalimiwa sana Tom and Andy by Karota Uganda. We have another question here. Why are newer VITS model CVTs? That question is from Eric Moki. Where, well, most newer cars, especially the budget vehicles, they are coming in with CVT transmissions. Actually, we have more CVTs than autos in the present day car market. But one thing about CVTs, they might not be meant for high torque applications, but they are very good for, you know, optimizing the power output, and that gives you good fuel economy, and that is why CVTs are becoming popular in modern cars. Well, let's see. We have another question from Edwin Waweru. Eric is saying, hi Eric, good job, asante sana. Looking for a fast car. I'm torn between a Peugeot 2008 and a Mazda Axela. Now let's split the facts down. With the Peugeot 2008, it has the Peugeot 2008 has an added advantage over the Axela in terms of ground clearance. So that is one thing that the 208 will be ahead of the Axela. But in terms of costings, they should cost at around the same price. However, the Axela does not have parts, you know, the Axela parts are not as scarce as those of the 2008, because we have had people having a tough time looking for shocks that 2008, but I'm sure as time has gone by, they are starting to become a little bit more common. So the deal breaker between the 2008 and the Mazda Axela is, do you need that extra ground clearance? The other thing is, well, you know, with the Axela, you can just drive into a petrol station or any service center, and you'll find they have their air cleaners and they have the oil filters. But for the Peugeot 2008, you will have to, you know, take a step further in looking for those parts. So the deal breaker is, do you need that extra ground clearance? And number two, are you willing to go that extra step in looking for some of these service parts? Because the Axela is convenient in this way. Anywhere you are, in most places, most major towns, you will easily access the routine maintenance parts for the Mazda Axela. But for the Peugeot 2008, you have to go a step further. But both are amazing cars. The 2008 comes with a wide variety of trims to choose from. The Axela also comes in a few choices, like the 1.5 liter petrol or the diesel variants, and also a 2-liter petrol. So, and the 2-liter petrols with the current 2018 onwards Axela, you have either the Kawaida Skyactiv G or now the newer Skyactiv X. So in both, you get a wide variety of engines to choose from. So the deal breaker is, do you need that extra clearance? Na pia kuna mse alisema 2008 zinakaa gari za soccer moms. And by the way, when you are in Uganda, we also anyway, we are going to talk about that a little bit later. So we have another question from Cyrus Kibe is asking, is Mitsubishi 4D56 with a turbo intercooler reliable over long distances? The 4D56 is an engine that has been used in Mitsubishi for a very, very, very long time. It has been tried and tested, and it has also evolved. You will notice that the early 4D56s had rotary diesel pumps, they had mechanical nozzles. Some of them didn't have a turbocharger, and even the ones that had a turbocharger did not have an intercooler. But as years have gone by, we have seen it get common rail direct injection, we have seen it get electric nozzles, we have seen it get a variable nozzle turbocharger. So the 4D56 is one of those engines that has been tried and tested. However, there are a few people who have had problems with the 4D56, and mostly they are overheating problems and turbocharger problems. but those problems are often related to the maintenance of the vehicle. Yes. So if you maintain a 4D56 the right way, that is an engine that will clock 1,000,000 kilometers without any major challenges. So yes, it's a very reliable engine. I can vouch for it because I have a friend who is called Morioki who has a 1985 Pajero, and it's still running on its original 4D56 motor. So, and that vehicle is clocking over 300,000 kilometers currently. So yes, it's an engine that is reliable even for long distances and also for high torque applications, especially in extreme off-road conditions. Tuendelee. Mesha Kiprop is saying, Subaru Forester SKE for a first-time car owner, do you recommend fuel and reliability? Well, Bwana Kiprop, I would like to spoil the party for you because if you're buying a Subaru Forester, I would advise you to go for the SK9 X-Brake Edition. The reason why I really don't vouch for the SKE is because the SKE is marketed as a boxer hybrid. No, they call it e-boxer hybrid something. But one thing about those e-boxers, and it's something that Subaru and Suzuki have continued doing, is that it is a mild hybrid. In fact, the fuel economy between the SK9 and this SKE is not very significant. Imagine having a hybrid vehicle that will give you 13 kilometers to the liter at most. Yes, so yes, the SKE is not bad in terms of reliability, but I feel you would get more if you would get an SK9 X-Brake Edition. Sawa sawa. So when you see the e-boxers, they are not full hybrids. They are mild hybrids. What does a mild hybrid mean? It means that this vehicle cannot run on electric mode independently. So it's not a full hybrid. So what it does, it has what is called, it has some sort of generator that will kick in for idling stop, that is start and stop, and also when you're coasting. So you only get, even if you have an old vehicle and you're coasting and you want to put it into hybrid mode, unaweka free na unazima. So mild hybrids are more. We had a discussion with Wamboi recently. Wamboi maintains or repairs hybrid vehicles, and you are like, mild hybrids are more of marketing gimmicks. The real hybrids are the full hybrids and the plug-in hybrid, the PHEVs. So mambo ya mild hybrid, it's neither here nor there. So Maxwell is saying, would you advise about owning between a Toyota Crown and an Audi Quattro A4, both 2018 or 19, four-wheel drive as a fast car? So Maxwell, one thing I'll tell you is that I think it would be unfair to compare the Crown and the A4. The Crown is very reliable, but is not as fast as the A4. Now the A4 is impressively fast. Comes with Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system, and Quattro and Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive systems. These are some of the best all-wheel drive systems in the world. So yes, if you're comparing these two cars and you're looking for a fast car, by the way, Maxwell ametumia fast year A. So that means he's looking for speed. And in terms of speed, you cannot compare a Crown and an A4. In terms of reliability, yes, the Crown will win hands down. But in terms of performance, you have to go with the A4. We cannot take any credit from the A4. The A4 deserves that top choice when it comes to performance. We have Motweri Kabishi. He's saying, CK, how is Honda Insight locally used in regards to its hybrid system and also performance-wise? Now, Motweri, the Insight was one of those cars that were built very well. They had the integrated motor assist technology by Honda. They were calling it IMA. And one thing about these Honda Insights is that even if the battery goes kaput, the vehicle will continue moving. The only thing that will happen is that it's going to lose a little bit of power. And I must say, older, simpler technology was simply better. Now, with Insights, they are affordable, and you can always change their hybrid units or their hybrid batteries to have that extra life. So yes, you can buy an old Insight and it's still going to serve you very well. The good thing about Insights is that the older ones are being sold for very good prices. So in case you have any worries about the hybrid unit, you can always buy it at a good price. And then if you don't trust its hybrid unit, you can always order or get a new battery, and it's going to serve you very well and very economically. These Insights didn't have very big problems, unlike now what Honda introduced from 2014 onwards. Who else is Karota Uganda has an interesting question here. The questions are coming in hot. Do you have Mahindra spare parts? Mahindra spare parts, you can talk to a gentleman called Charles Juma. We are going to send you his number on WhatsApp. So Karota, and remember, you can always WhatsApp us on the number 0710 844 863. It's on the screen. Peter Odida is a Mazda Axela for a first-time car, point A to point B, in terms of fuel economy, reliability, and maintenance cost. It's a perfect vehicle. It's a good vehicle, especially if you get the petrol 1500cc. That's a great car. Calvin Queens is saying, do we have the registration and re-registration option in Kenya? I recently saw an LC Amazon change from KAQ to KDU. Yes, that option is there. You can deregister and re-register your car in Kenya. Josh Homan is asking, Nissan Sunny is the Sentra in the United States. Nissan Tida is the first generation Versa. Yes, that is very accurate, Bwana Josh. Yeah, that is purely accurate. Ken Ogalo is saying, VP Eric with a CK, I'm curious to know about Peugeot brands, specifically the diesel variants like the 3008 2000cc. I'm now seeing them on the roads. How are they in terms of maintenance, DPF, and etc.? Now, Peugeot diesels are not bad. In fact, they are very economical on fuel. They have very impressive torque. And when it comes to the DPF and EGR issues, one of the easiest ways to solve your DPF issues is by driving the car. Yes, that's the easiest way. You just drive the car for long distances. Remember, it would not make sense to have a Peugeot with a diesel engine and you're just covering, say, 5 kilometers a day. Now, you're going to choke the car. So if you cover significantly long distances, I feel having the Peugeot diesel would actually be a very good thing. Mark Dennis Nyanumba, hello Wakabi. What's better, trading and topping up for a newer car, or just selling the car? You could jipanga from there. Now, trading in, one thing about trade-ins is that you'll always get a bad price on your existing unit. Trade-ins, I would call them for the rainy days, or for cars that are a hard sell. But if you can be able to sell your car directly, it would be better to actually sell your car and then top up, because with trade-ins, most of the time you're not going to get very good prices on your car. Let's proceed. Who else? Calvin Ben Juguna is asking, hello Eric, what do you think of GTI Mark 7 as a first-time car for a lady? Also advice on alternatives, thank you. So Ben, what we'll be looking at is, are you looking at performance? Because the GTI is a high-performance vehicle. Is the lady a first-time driver? Because if she's a first-time driver, then I would give a big disclaimer on choosing the GTI. And are you considering ground clearance? Are you considering fuel economy? Because all these are things that would come in very handy to answer this particular question. So Ben, you can give us maybe an update of your question and we'll be able to assist you on it further. Calvin Queens is saying, between a VW Amarok and a Ford Raptor, which one takes the day? I know the Raptor has a masculine look on the road. Well, Calvin Queens, are you talking about the new Ford Ranger? Because if it's the new one, they might be more or less the same thing. So which generation of the Ranger Raptor are we talking about? Erico is saying, hi Eric, can someone transform a two-wheel drive into a four-wheel drive? It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work depending on which vehicle it is. And his ones is saying, nimepata XLT 30 YD22 diesel 6-speed manual at a deal. Anything to look out for? I'm also a long distance person. So until if you're getting those T30s with the YD22, number one, look out for leakages. Number two, look out for black smoke. Number three, angalia engine block uone kama hiyo gari ishawaichemka. Those are three things you have to look at. But if you're a long distance person, man, that would be a nice car if it's in good condition. Faith Jenga, karibu sana. Faith is asking, RAV4 versus Forester, which is more reliable, fuel efficient, for a lady who hates the garage? The last statement tells it. You have to go the RAV4 if you don't like the garage. Yes, I think it would be more of a safer bet. So who else? Benedict Ndorori is saying, hi Eric, what's your take on Toyota Raum all-wheel drive, because I'm considering getting one. Get it. The car addict is saying, hi Eric, a friend is selling to me a Prado GXL, duty not paid. Is it an ordinary Prado? Is it as capable as a VXL? Is it wise to move? Considering it's a 2022 duty not paid? Asking price is 1.4 million. Let me first start by comparing the GXL and the VXL. Now the GXL has a spare tire on the tailgate. That means it has two fuel tanks, and it is not as sophisticated as the VXL, because the VXL has two deflocks. This one only has one. A VXL has a multi-terrain response system. The GXL does not. And the GXL is basically an Australian spec. So yes, it's not as capable as the VXL, but it's a bit tropical as well. Yes, but the fact that it's a 2022 and the guy is selling it to you at 1.4 million. Number one, before you pay the duty for that vehicle, it's going to be quite hefty. It's going to be quite hefty, because the duty of that vehicle, if you calculate it using the new, we're going to have that discussion with Tom on the second segment of this show, because the duty is going to be hefty, but 1.4 sounds like a very good price. But also, apart from that, you need to know what is the process, because you might have to take that car for inspection, for a tape lift, and you might also have to take it to either the airport, so that it can be verified by KRA. Again, it's a process. So you also need to know, am I willing to go through the process? You know, most people would think that this is a one-day process. It is not, because after paying the duty, the vehicle has to be declared now as duty paid, and then now that is the point when the owner now can transfer the vehicle to you. Unajua unaweza lipa hiyo duty pia mwenyewe aseme siku transfer hii gari, and there's nothing you can do. Sawa. So we will have that topic with Tom in the second segment of this show, and you're going to get you the correct duty pricing for that GXL 2022. So Tom, maybe you can be on that before we get onto the show. Global Trends is saying, for a first-time car owner, which of the following options would you advise to buy? Used Mazda Axela or new imported Honda Grace and newly imported Honda Fit? I'm looking for a family car. Now, the Honda Grace and the Honda Fit are more or less the same car. In fact, the Grace is basically a sedan version of the Honda Fit. And now the other car is a locally used Mazda Axela. The major difference here is, or the deal breaker is, how used is this Mazda Axela? Is it a well-used vehicle, or is it a vehicle that imechapa life kidogo? So there's a lot to think about. But I would think the Axela is a bigger car, but in terms of the running cost, they are more or less the same. Alfred Motua is saying, I'm thinking of buying a used Pro Box, change the gearbox and engine. Is it worth, or to just buy a new Pro Box? Hey! It depends on the condition of that vehicle, and there are so many factors at play when it comes to some of these projects. Number one, the cost of acquisition, and also the cost of labor, na pia the cost of the engine and the gearbox as well. So you have to do what is called a cost-benefit analysis. Look at the price of buying the new Pro Box, and then look at the price and the labor and the time that you will require to buy this old one and buy an engine and gearbox. And remember, when you buy the engine and gearbox, these are not new parts. These are used parts. Steve G is saying, hi Eric, my 2010 Honda Fit produced some significant amount of smoke when I was starting it in the morning. Smoke disappears after like 2 minutes. Shida inaweza kuwa nini? It's the first time that is happening. Well, what was the color of the smoke? I think that should be one very would be something that would be good to note, because if it was white, it would mean that you have some coolant seeping into the combustion chamber, maybe because of a blown head gasket. If it was black, could be there is some incomplete combustion in your vehicle that could be as a result of maybe worn out spark plugs, bad fuel, or other things. And or it would be your vehicle is losing compression or it's burning oil. Yeah, so the color of the smoke really matters on this. Loud and clear saying Wakabi Nissan tu niko na Tiana J31 powerful V6 engine lakini 4 speed gearbox hazipelekani. Hiyo nayo inakunywa. That one has you have to take it for rehab. Hiyo lazima upeleke rehab. Felix Mogire, hello, anasema hello Eric. Asante sana Felix. Morioki Marigi, where is Morioki Marigi? Morioki, let me first answer Veronica Wanjiro's question. Please recommend between the 2018 Peugeot 2008 GT line and a 2018 Subaru Impreza. Now, let me give you the realities on the ground. Now, the 2008 will give you better fuel economy. It will give you slightly better performance, because one thing about these Subarus with the Lineatronic CVTs, pushing them hard on the highway, they produce a sound that more or less sounds like you're stamping on a piglet because of how that CVT whines. But generally, also the Peugeot 2008 is very economical. It's a very economical vehicle. The only challenge might be, but even, Subaru parts are also significantly expensive. So the only challenge might be you might have to go an extra mile even with routine service parts. But with Peugeots becoming quite a number on the Kenyan roads, now getting their parts is also becoming quite easy. Na mkumbuke wase, niko na 5 service vouchers from Top King Service Station, and I'm going to give out, nitazipatia hapa tano. And I told you guys I will ask a question, and in fact not the third person. The first 5 correct answers will get the service vouchers. Sawa sawa. So I'm going to give my question at exactly 8:45 p.m. So stay tuned for those service vouchers. Annette Evillier saying, you're doing a good job, keep up. Thank you so much, Annette. We have Max Kamau saying, hey Eric, I want to buy a Toyota Crown Hybrid Platinum 2020. Kindly advise me, is it reliable? Crowns have always been reliable. But if you have, the 2020 ones, they look great, but their budget iko juu kidogo, but they are nice cars. Chinese Insider is saying, I got an XGK Peugeot 406 at 105k. Mileage iko sawa ama kimeniramba. Hizo 48. Chinese Insider hizo 406 zilikuwa sawa. Ziko na maneno mingi. We have, let me go back. Morioki Marigi was saying, the engine is, there was something Morioki was asking here. I can't, Oh, the engine is currently, Morioki is saying the engine is currently almost clocking for 90,000, still working yes, Morioki is the owner of that Pajero I was telling you. So you see, it's approaching 500,000 with the 4D56. So Eric Kangede is saying, hey Eric, I still attract the Toyota 2001 or 2003 double cabin. Kindly help me based on reliability and fuel consumption. Now those double cabins, the 201s and the 203s, they had the 5L engine, which was not fast, but it was damn reliable. So yes, go for them. Kama utaki speed, they are amazing vehicles. Hesbon Nyamete saying, hey Eric, I have a Lexus NX 200T, iko na error ya smart entry na start system malfunction, gari haistart hata kidogo. Ukipress start lazima, do you have any idea? Hesbon Nyamete would have to do a diagnosis of the car. Kindly WhatsApp us on the number that is on the screen. Joab Omondi is saying, Chief, tuned in. Asante sana, Joab. Thank you so much. Tembea Kenya is saying, hi, Eric with a CK. I currently own a Bluebird Sylphy 2012 and I would like to upgrade to an SUV. Was thinking about an X-Trail. What options would you give for an upgrade? Now, the X-Trail T32 is a very affordable crossover SUV. However, it's normally affected, the biggest what we can call dissatisfaction with the T32 amongst many owners has been gearbox problems. So be wary of that if you're getting a T32, and if you're getting one, make sure it's very low on mileage. Other vehicles you might consider, maybe we would be guided by your budget or what you would like to spend on that vehicle. We have Nderito Washuka is saying, VP Wakabi, I'm looking to buy a 2018 Toyota Harrier Turbo. Is it advisable to change the turbo to a bigger one? Nderito, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Sawa. Semi Heinzi Uwere saying, hello Eric, what's the best mileage to consider while purchasing a new car? New car means 0 mileage. So we have, who else? Newton. Fast Katia, Crown, Royal, Mark X, Subaru WRX, S4, Legacy 960. Hey, Newton bana uko na magari mingi sana. First tell us, what do you want? Because those cars are in very different classes. We have Maxwell. Oh, hello Eric. Sorry for the spelling mistake. I meant, would you advise owning a Crown or A4 as a first-time car? Which one would you recommend? I would recommend the Crown because it's fairly reliable. There are a few things that could go wrong. It has the looks, and it's quite forgiving compared to the Audi. Max Kamau is typing while deleting. Veronica Wanjiro, I answered her question. Mwangi Kingi is tuned in. Karibu sana Mwangi Kingi. Tunakutafuta kuja tuongee story fulani ya hii vitu. Hivi vitu mnaona hapa eh? Yes. And there was a video I did about snow tires recently. Na kuna watu wanasema zina last longer. I'll bring in Mwangi Kingi to demystify those things, because in vizuri, you know, in Kenya currently we are having so many safety hazards, and it's unfortunate that in an era where there is so much information out there, we are choosing to give a blind eye. Let's continue. Kuna ITEL writers anauliza, ile Peugeot iliperformaje kwa safari ya Uganda bwana CK? That Peugeot performed very well. It's very economical on fuel. The performance is quite satisfactory. Na yeah, it would be a good choice even for long distances. I know there was a lot of questions on how do those 1200 cc's survive over long distances, and yeah, we tried and tested one. So this is the time to ask the question, and the question for today would be a very easy one, and this is what I have. I have a service voucher. Nimepewa service voucher kwa mkono. Now this is only one. I have 5 that I don't want to take home with me. But hata nikizipeleka home, niko na Mark 2, inaweza kuja service, niko na Trooper, tupatie Tom gari yake. So msipozichukua zitakuwa na wenyewe. So before Tom comes, so that we can discuss a few more things as we continue answering these questions, my question today would be, for the South African market, South Africa/Kenyan market, which is the highest trim level of the Toyota Prado? Let me repeat the question. In the South African/Kenyan market, which is the highest trim of the Toyota Prado? I repeat for the 3rd time. In the Kenyan market, which is the highest trim, Kenyan/South African, which is the highest trim of the Toyota Prado J150 to be specific. So the first 5 guys with the correct answer get a service voucher from Top King Service Center. We have number 1, Crypto Forex is saying VXL. So we have 3 correct answers from From we have sawa, acha to select Tom. Hebu niambie
Yes.
in the order of comments. Ni akina nani wamepata hii swali. The highest trim level of the Toyota Prado J150 in the Kenyan / South African market is the Toyota Prado VXL. So which was the first 5 correct answers, Bwana Tom?
Crypto Forex. Then we have Dan Kemboi. Then Evans Wabogo. Then we have Vox
the boss.
Vox the boss.
The first 5. I think
Stephen Chomba. Those are already 5.
They are 5. So if your name has been mentioned, tafadhali drop a message on the if your question has been, if your answer was correct and you're among the first 5 and you have been mentioned by Tom, kindly drop us a message on that WhatsApp number. It's the official Auto Konnekt number. Tafadhali drop a message. Na pia ukipitwa na wakati voucher yako itaenda na wengine. Unajua wanasemanga asiyekuwepo pia lake halipo. So usipotuma nini. And Top King Service Center is just along Kiambu Road, pale kabla ufike Vindigua. Sawa sawa. So for the first and there's also a 360 car wash hapa, by the way. And ukikuja there's a number at behind your coupon. So but anyway, we'll have to get you the coupons, and their validity is limited. Now on Friday, this coming Friday, Top King is officially opening its doors to the general public. So tafadhali kama utamake hizi service vouchers zitakuwa hapa. So text us on WhatsApp. We'll make sure they get to you. And if you can make your way here at the Top King Service Center launch on Friday. I told you Top King is along Kiambu Road, kwa barabara, just before you get to the Ndigwa. Utanipata hapa Friday, utapata trooper on display, na tukikutana na wewe, you might just get one of the additional vouchers. Remember, these are just 5 out of the several that I have. So 5 are gone. I'm going to give another 5 on some short videos that I'm going to do on my social media handles, Eric Okabi, Eric with a CK, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and nigani tumeacha Facebook, ile watu wazee as well. Yeah. So Tom,
yes,
we are here. And to everybody who has answered the question correctly, karibu sana. Yeah. Tom, now I would like us to discuss about something very interesting. You know, what we do is importation.
Yes.
Na unafaa uambie wasee bana, leo we are importing 2020 Porsche Cayenne.
Yes.
Ile jamaa wa Kasoko anaitanga Porsche Cayenne.
Yes, Porsche Cayenne.
Na hiyo no, it's not the basic bana. Wanacheza. It's not the basic one.
Yeah.
Then there's also another question that I would throw to you.
Yes.
Bwana Tom, most people are asking, what is the current status with the new CRSP?
The new CRSP, the hearings have been moving from time to time. I think now they've moved it to next month, 22nd.
Yes.
So that is when the hearing will take place. Initially, ilikuwa hii mwezi haikufanyika, ikapushiwa mbele. So it will be hard, I think, 22nd of August. So that is when it will be hard.
So is it safe? Is it safe to import right now?
Okay, like any other Kenyan, na speculate. Sina facts kabisa. But from experience, from the past CRSPs kama ya 2019,
yes,
I think this is the right time kwa watu wenye gari zao zitapanda kuleta gari.
Juu magari kama kwa wenye zinashuka mnaweza chill.
Mnaweza chill. Kwa wenye zinapanda, you can take the chance now, because even if that CRSP will not be scrapped off, there will be a compromise.
Yes.
A compromise will mean us being given more time, like 3, 4 or 6 months to clear already what we've already started importing.
Okay.
So if you start your process now, you will be among the people when you watapewa that grace period.
That window.
Yeah, that window.
Na sasa Bwana Tom,
Yeah.
there is before I answer this question right here, Nyamkongo ndio anaingia sahi.
Yeah.
Kuna msee amesema I need to buy a Sienta hybrid for Uber, please advise. And this just remind them that for anyone who is buying a Toyota hybrid,
Yeah.
we are giving them who is importing a Toyota hybrid, we are giving them a 16 month warranty. Yeah, 16-month warranty on the hybrid unit. So yes, finally we can say we have, kuna msi anauzia hybrid na anawapatia guarantee. Unajua not many people do that.
Yeah.
Tom, there is a new document that has been circulating from the NTSA, and it has been in circulation from yesterday.
Yes, I've seen it.
It is hard to comprehend that document, or what these guys are saying.
Yeah, it's hard to comprehend. They are telling us that we should update documents for our cars, including the entry document that you use to pay duty for your unit, and also the duty receipt. Ako slip unapeanga ukishalipa duty, that one.
So what about people like me and Morioki, who own cars that are as old as 1985?
Itakuwa ngumu kidogo for you.
You see, yeah, because how are we supposed to get a duty receipt?
No, they should come forward. What I suggest, come forward watuelezee vizuri, because hata mimi sijai comprehend. I've read it severally na sijaielewa. They are talking about a letter yenye unaendea, sijui kama unapeleka, I don't know. Then I think they should, if kama mimi sijaelewa, someone there mwenye si wa magari sana, itakuwa ngumu kwake.
Itakuwa very hard.
Itakuwa very hard kuelewa exactly what they need.
I think I know there are some few people from the National Transport and Safety Authority who religiously watch Konnekt live.
Yes.
And I'm saying this because we know.
Yes.
So tafadhali, we are asking the communications department of the National Transport and Safety Authority to simplify what they mean on that document, because it would mean, for the first time you can even think that they are telling guys who have cars that are not duty paid to update these things.
Yes, but hapa wakianza wamesema all car owners.
To all car owners, yes. But is it practical? You know how many cars you have on? Because and the other thing, it beats logic, because I think the purpose of record keeping is knowing what is the duty status of all the vehicles.
Yes.
Na sasa si ukiprint logbook unaonanga duty paid ama duty not paid. So why do we? I think there is something about that communication that we missed.
Yeah.
And that is why we are throwing this back to the National Transport and Safety Authority, their communication departments, to at least simplify that document for public consumption.
Yeah.
Amaje, Tom?
Yes.
I think it would be better to do that. Now let's go back to somebody who was asking about the Toyota Prado GXL, the 2020. He's being sold, the vehicle is being sold at 1.4 million, but it's a 2020. It's not duty paid.
1.4. Hiyo iko chini.
Hiyo ni deal. Hata ukilipa duty, hiyo ni deal.
Ukilipa duty, hiyo ni deal.
But pia fanya due diligence, brother.
Afanya due diligence.
They need to really
afanya due diligence. The process is simple. Mwenye ako na gari, mwenye jina yake iko kwa gari, yeye ndiye anafaa alipe duty.
Yes.
Si mwenye ananunua.
Exactly.
Alipe duty, apate the new logbook. Yenye iko duty paid. Because as it is now, you can't transfer. So mwenye gari alipe duty, akisha alipa duty akutransferie. Because hii wewe umlipe kwanza, then wewe ndio ulipe duty, italeta changamoto. Italeta changamoto. So because you can't transfer as it is.
You cannot. You cannot. As we proceed onwards, Crypto Forex was saying, what's up with these guys that are saying that nowadays you don't need to warm up your engine on cold start, at 30 seconds is enough. They say hiyo mambo You're waiting for 10 minutes was for EFI engines. Well, I would say not warming up your engine is whether your car was manufactured yesterday or if you read about thermodynamics, Bwana Tom,
Yes.
it only makes sense to warm up your engine. I know people say that these days the cars can the oil is less viscous, the oil pumps are they are highly specialized, and you can get oil to the top of your engine within 2 cranks, which is true to some extent, but from where I'm coming from, it only makes economic sense to at least let your car warm up. Si ndio?
Yeah.
Wacha itulie kidogo, iwarm kidogo.
Na ikifika
Usizime cha
long
kama
distance.
kama venye wasi fulani uzima stima.
Yeah.
Wacha Iran kidogo. Zima. So another question now, Tom,
Yeah.
as we proceed on this live broadcast would be, now that we are looking at a situation where tuko hapo kwa lukum, hatujui kama mtu aanze kuimport gari ama asianze kuimport. Tuko hapo katikati.
Yeah, tuko hapo.
But if you look at the near future, by the time we are getting to December, do you foresee a general rise in car prices with how things are going?
Yes. Actually, depending on the verdict on the case, prices will change. Yeah. Wakipeana, for example, waseme we are giving you up to the end of the year, mkilie gari zenye already mshaanza kuleta.
Yes.
Then the new CRSP takes effect. I'm foreseeing an increase in prices for the cars that are already here.
Okay.
Mtu mwenye akona stock yake, units that are not locally used, pia watu wenye wakona units that are locally used, I'm sure the prices will hike.
They will hike, yeah?
Yes.
So now let's turudi hapa kwa maswali. We have okay. Tom, kuna video, kuna mtu anasema we did not hatukuelezea about the new Uganda number plate sequence. Kuna ka video ulisema
niliangalia gari 2-3 hata sikumbuki venye ilikuwa hiyo nini.
I think
kuna ka video tulitake,
assuming kuna ka video na nitaipost kesho. So
yes.
For those of you who follow me on social media, nitapost ka video kesho. Yeah. So before zilikuwa zinakuja tuseme UAQ 237G. So with the new sequence inakuja UA 237 QG.
So hizi QG huku mwisho hizo ndio zinaenda zikichange.
Yes.
Na hizi number pia. Like EAU remain constant for long period of time.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that is what they've done with the number plates.
Ni kucheza tu. Tulikuwa naziita permutation.
Yes.
It's basically permutation.
Permutations, yeah.
Calvin Queens is asking, I have an LR Defender 2007 TDI. How long should I warm up the engine? Hiyo sana kama iko na 300 TDI, hiyo ni engine mzee kidogo. Hiyo ipatie kama dakika 5. Si ndio?
Yeah.
We have Calvin Queens is saying, is it recommended to have a turbo timer on diesel engines? Calvin, we're going to have this discussion is quite deep, so we can choose to have it on a later date. And by the way, guys, remember, very soon we are going to have our first live audience, and it's going to be free.
Yes.
So in about 2-3 weeks time, mtakuja hapa live tufanye hii show with a live audience, muulize maswali, wengine wakiwa hapa, wengine wako huko kwa dirisha. Wewe Tom, by the way, uliona harusi ya Patelo na D?
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think about that wedding? So but those guys were real.
Yeah, they are very real. They are very real.
Nilipenda hiyo vibe yao.
Yeah.
So nilisikia kuna vocabulary mpya kama top shotter. Ma top shotter ni So to have live hapa,
yes.
And we'll get about 30 top shotters here. 30 or 50, we're going to give out the link. Tutapatiana link hapa. so that watu waende hapo wajaze kwa Google document wa book their slots.
Yes.
So it's going to be on first come first serve basis. Na by the way nataka niwakumbushe Friday Top King Service Center they are opening their doors to the general public. Kuja, unajua kuna watu gari zao zimezoea kuoshwa kuna gunia.
Yeah.
Kuja experience a 360 touchless car wash hapa Top King. And there's somebody, Kisozi Joshua is saying, I'm watching live from Kampala, Uganda, out of style UG. Thank you so much, Kisozi. Brand issue is saying, what's your pick between Hilux from Sifao or D-Max from General Motors? Hey, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. Hiyo tutafanya comparison tukiwa na gari zote mbili. Vox the Boss is saying, are there Axelas Petrol 1500cc? 4-wheel drive. Zico.
Yes, all-wheel drive. Zico.
All-wheel drive, yes.
Yes, Zico.
Pale chini zimeandikwa AWD.
Yes.
Now I think it's 9 p.m. and we can officially wind up. Maybe we have
the list for
the list for the people who have won the service vouchers from Top King East Africa by Top King Service Center. Niko na maono kubwa. So we have Crypto Forex Geek tafadhali. Unajua sasa shida yao au watu hii majina yao. Unaweza pata jamaa anaitangwa Kimani.
Yes.
So when we get the message on WhatsApp, you're wondering who is this?
Who is this?
So you can just type there on WhatsApp Crypto Forex Geek and you will get the service voucher to you. You also have Dan Kemboy.
Kwa jina yake hapa aseme official names.
Aseme official names. Ile majina ya M-Pesa. So we have the winners Crypto Forex Geek, we have Dan Kemboy, we have Ivan Swambogo, we have Vox and Steven Chomba.
Yes.
Tafadhali enda hapo kwa 0710-844-863 and drop us a message there. So Tom, parting shots kutoka Grande Motor Imports. Na waambie hii partnership yetu imekuwa namna gani?
Bado magari tunaleta and we welcome you. Come, Jenny. Even if you have a dream of importing your car next year.
Yes, kuja
tukupe quote, ubakingi nayo ujuange.
Ujukange ukijua.
Yes. Any inquiries, we are open for direct importation. We've had a very successful partnership with Konnekt. Tumeleta gari ngapi sasa? Countless. Hatuwezi hesabu. And we are delivering cars every week. So welcome. Tutawapea deals poa. And you have the advantage of getting all the documents to your car.
Yes.
We'll quote for you all the grades from 3.5 to grade 5. Ni wewe uchague yenye unataka. Depending on your pockets.
So choices.
Yes, choices. So karibuni sana.
So thank you guys for joining us from Top King Service Center, and kama kawa, thank you for also being part of our Konnekt audience. And remember, within like 1 or 2 weeks, you're going to have a live link for a live audience, because we are going to start to have our very first live audience, and we are going to have a complete panel to make sure that we have the car community all around. We are going to have somebody who is into fixing, people in car sales like Tom, people in direct importation, and people who supply tires to try and demystify these things sana about tires, and also to make sure that at Konnekt we strive towards giving you a 360 car ownership experience. Kutoka mwanzo hadi mwisho.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us. It's over and out.